Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure to do so today before you leave. And make sure to thumbs up the video if you do like what you see. And to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on at this time. Hello and welcome back. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody had a pleasant week last week and is having a great weekend so far. All right, so let's hop in real quick for this video. All right, so this past week has been quite a week for singer Tank. Yeah, so he sparked the great gay debate when he went on radio host from the Breakfast Club, Angela Yee. You may have heard of her. She works along with DJ Envy and Charlamagne the God on the Breakfast Club. If you never heard of them, just look them up on YouTube, and they have like a lot of videos. They usually post their videos of their show and the guests that come on the show on YouTube. But anyway, so she has another show that she does separately called Lip Service. It's fairly new. So Tank came on and he did an interview with them this past week, and they got to talking about men lying and things of that nature, and he made a very controversial statement about men and giving oral sex to other men. Okay, all right, so I will read that comment to you. All right, if you haven't heard of it already. Okay. So L'Oreal, which is one of the ladies on the show, L'Oreal shared her experience dealing with an old flame who was a terrible liar. And Tank chimed in, he's not a liar. He just lied twice, to which Yee responded, wouldn't that be enough to make you a liar? So let's just say a guy sucked a dick one time. Yee countered, to which Tank exclaimed, Jesus Christ. Let's just say twice. Yee continued before rhetorically asking if that would make a man gay. Okay, so you already seeing how this is unfolding. So basically they're speaking, kind of hypothetically and metaphorically, and so he's using this as an example. And to much of the ladies' surprise, the veteran R&B singer said that doesn't necessarily make a man gay. To give him the benefit of the doubt, he did say twice is excessive, but he offered an explanation for his response. He says, he sucked a dick once, right? Then he's like, I'm not sure if I liked it or not. Let me try it again. And then he says, you know what? It's not for me. Don't like the taste. See what I'm saying? He elaborated. It doesn't mean he's gay, he concluded. It means he sucked dick twice. The art of being gay is being gay. It's a continuous state of being. Okay, and the Breakfast Club co-host brought the original topic back. So if you lie 10 times, then you're not a liar. Well, 10 times, you damn near pro, Tank admitted good-naturedly. Okay, so basically the conversation below sparked a polarizing debate. LGBTQ plus community members applauded the crooner for understanding that sexual activities aren't the only thing that make you gay. Meanwhile, others were like, are you gay? Okay, so basically, a lot of people after they, heard the interview with Tank and Angela Yee and the girls, they, were like, okay, Tank, are you gay? People want to know, was he gay? People were accusing him of being gay after he made those particular statements. And it's been a lot of hoopla. It was kind of blowing up all over the internet over this past week. And I just felt like it was a lack of understanding that, first of all, okay, everybody forgot about bisexuality. So bisexuality, it does exist, and it exists among men as well as women. And I just feel like there's this like extreme lack of understanding when it comes to the black community for some strange reason. Like, it always kind of was like that, and I thought we kind of got better, but I guess not. I mean, this last week proved it that we're no better than we have ever been. Like we haven't ever been good when it comes to fully understanding, the LGBTQ community, to the point of being a little bit more tolerant. Even if that's not your thing, this is not who you are, you still have to realize there are so many different kind of people in the world, and you have to be a little bit more tolerant of others and the choices that they are making. I'll definitely explain why you want to be tolerant of other people. Okay, even if you're a Christian or a so-called Christian, you want to be definitely tolerant of people. Okay, one of the biggest reasons that you want to be tolerant of other people, especially with people of the LGBTQ community, and I'm saying especially because we're talking about them, is because in life you have to realize, I don't care if we're talking about an LGBTQ person. I don't care if we talk about an ex-convict or whoever. I don't care who we talking about. I don't care if we talk about a prostitute, a stripper, or whatever it is. These are people in society that people look down on, and they look at them as like the underdogs of society that nobody really wants to come near. You have to realize that God has taken us all through a process, and in life, a lot of us kind of start at the bottom and on the undercrust before we become the cream of the crop. Okay, and so we are all His children. We all love deeply and purely by Him, and everybody has a purpose on their life. It doesn't matter where they are now. Even though you were looking at the here and now, and you're like, oh, well, she's a stripper. I mean, what purpose could God have for her, and how can He use someone like that? Well, how couldn't He use someone like that? I mean, weren't you caught up in your stuff and whatever you was in? Maybe you weren't a stripper, but you weren't really the best or nicest person before He came and rescued you and brought you out from the world and brought you to, this holy place that you're in now, So before we, look at other people and say that they are not worthy of, God's love, and they're not worthy of change and being able to feel motivated and get to the best version of themselves, we have to remember our past. People say, "Oh, you forgot where you came from." We got to stop doing that, because you're not all that great, okay? And you weren't always that great, okay? And remember that in life, we're always changing, we're always evolving, and nothing about us is fixed, okay? Including sexuality. Sexuality is very fluid and it's not fixed. So somebody could be, gay when you first meet them, and then you may run into them maybe 2-3 years later, and they may be all of a sudden heterosexual, with 2 or 3 kids, and you're like, well, okay, like, weren't you like heavy in the lifestyle? Like, weren't you like a lesbian last time or a gay man last time? And you're pretty passionate about it. Well, yeah, I mean, as you draw closer to Christ and you get into a relationship with Him, He reveals His plans for your life and who you're meant to be as you go throughout life. And so maybe in a past life, maybe they were gay, and now God is like, well, the plans I have for you, I want you to be married to a woman. I like you to have 3 kids, and I like you to be a minister. I want you to do this and whatever, so maybe the gay lifestyle, not that it's so horrible, but it's just that it didn't fit the plans that God had. And so what God does when you get closer to Him is that He removes things from you that don't really belong or that no longer fit you where you're going. Because you can't go somewhere and you weighed down by things that you don't really need, So yeah, kind of like when I was going to school or going to work and I was packing my bag up, I couldn't, it was hard to get out the house if I'd be weighed down if I peel my bag up with crap I didn't need. So sometimes you have to rearrange your bag. You have to take stuff out that you really don't need. So that's what God is doing. He's just taking stuff off you that you really don't need. So we have to kind of keep that in mind when we go to try to look at people and place labels on them and act like they're so disgusting and, they shouldn't be around us, and because we're all just human, okay? We all just trying to get through this thing called life. So please, learn how to be more loving and tolerant of others, and which that's the only thing that you've been charged with anyway, is to love other people. Thank you. Anyway, so now I'm off my soapbox. So back to Tank. So a lot of people came at Tank and they were like, oh, are you gay or whatever, which is none of your business, by the way. If he is gay, I don't think he is. He never said he was. If he is, I'm sure he'll come out if he feels like it. That's another thing. Coming out of somebody's business and their personal choice, it is not your right to pull somebody out of the closet and kind of, shame them out of it, like, who the hell are you people, So I think as a black community, like, we have to be a little bit more advised and knowledgeable about the LGBTQ community, and we got to stop being so ignorant. We make such ignorant, statements, and stop labeling everything as gay. Everything is not gay, and that comes from hyper masculinity and the fact that our men have been taken out of our, communities because of mass incarceration and slavery and things like that. So that leads to like not really knowing what a real man is, and you don't really have any idea of it, and so that will lead to a lot of homophobia too, because it's like, you don't really know what being a man is. You're also like I guess scared of, like, when it comes to boys, like it's okay for dads to, hug their boys and kiss their boys and, be able to talk with them, and men to be able to express their emotions and stuff. But it's like boys, sometimes they never, especially black boys, they get robbed of that privilege to be in environments where it's safe to reveal who they are and how they really feel. And so they always feel they have to walk around with a shield up and, kind of a facade. And that's a hard life to live, so they always have to be extra hard, and that leads to hypermasculinity as well. So yeah, homophobia plays a lot into that. So yeah, if they encounter a man who is, into men or whatever, they don't see him as a real man. They may see him as a threat or something like that, or they whatever, any old thing, anything that's different. Like they can encounter a man who's not gay, but he may dress a certain way, and they may say, oh, he's gay, he must be gay because he wears khakis or whatever, he likes this kind of color, he must be gay, whatever. We just tag any old thing as something relating to LGBTQ that has nothing to do with them. We call everything gay that's different to us or foreign. I'm like, that's not gay, so it's the misappropriation of gay. I'm like, please, learn what gay really is and label it as such when it's time to. Like, you don't need to call everything gay that you don't understand. Everything's not gay. So that comes from misguided teaching, not learning things, living in, ghetto, ghetto parents, ghetto houses, low down people, I'm saying it, I'm saying it, because that's what it is. The parents are not really properly teaching them, not taking time to teach them about dealing with different type of people when you encounter different people and things like that. So anyway, they really, gave Tank a lot of hell about it. And, Tank, he did respond. So yeah, I liked his response. Now, a couple of other people responded. One lady was like, that's BS. The guy had to initially be attracted to the other guy to even want to try it, which makes him gay. What the F? I'm like, I don't think so. I think people are experimental, and women are not the only people who like to experiment or whatever, try different things. I mean, men do the same thing. We're all trying to find ourselves, sexually and otherwise. So people do that. People do experiment. I mean, that it happens, but I don't think it labels them or makes them gay, necessarily. One lady said, it's called being curious and figure out who you are. Doesn't make a person gay. If it's a continued behavior, then it's gay. But to see if it's something you thought you liked, no, it's not big. It's not big. Wow, for this statement. People just need to stop being childish. Exactly. I agree with what she said there. If the behavior continues, that means that you like it. So you may become whatever label. People are big on labels too. Y'all notice that? People love putting people in a box that makes them comfortable. They don't make you comfortable, it makes them comfortable. They like to put a name on something so it can make sense in their stupid mind. I'm like, stop with all these names, like, and some people don't like names. They're like, hey, I just like what I like, stop trying to put me into this weird, box or category, but that's all that is, so that causes a lot of confusion too. But anyway, he did respond. Let me see if you all, I don't know if you all will be able to see it. I'm just gonna read it because I don't want to play it and like I turned the camera on the wrong side. So he said, You all are so goddamn homophobic. You gotta watch the whole clip. In any event, homophobia is real, let me tell you. Yeah, it is. It's just as real as racism, classism, all these things, and just as damaging. And it plagues our community the worst. This can't be used as a negative. You can't use a human being's existence as a negative. We're going through enough shit. Don't do that. I get it. You want to call me gay. I don't have to defend that to you or anybody. You don't have that power over me. But let's get back to the positivity. He then gets into another plug for his album. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. Get this album. It's going to work for you. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, he was able to kind of bounce back and respond and you know, kind of stand up and have a backbone, too, and not really let this affect him. Because, I mean, that's kind of, you can imagine how heavy that is for him. Like, everybody's kind of persecuting you. You know, like, you got all these Pharisaic people just kind of coming at you, you know, but he's like, whatever, you know, he's letting it roll off his back. And that's the same thing I would have done, like, okay, call me gay, I really don't care, you know. But that comes from, I know myself. You got to know who you are, and knowing that you don't owe the world, you know, you don't owe these people any explanation about your sexuality and who you are. I mean, you know, damn them, because a lot of them don't know what they are, okay? Okay, a lot of the people talking in the dark, they somebody else. In the daytime, I'm hetero, you know, at night, you know, you know, they become somebody else, you know, and they bisexual Betty, okay? You know, so you don't know who these people are, you know, so I'm gonna, you know, just leave you all with this note. Just, you know, stop all the judging people. You know, judge not lest ye be judged. So please don't judge people, and try to be more tolerant. Let's try to come together as a black community. Let's not be so judgmental and nasty when it comes to, you know, the LGBTQ community and any community, you know, because remember, we're one of the most persecuted communities on the planet. So let's remember how that feels before we open our mouth to say something like we got it going on, because we don't. We got some work to do, family. We do. We got a lot of work to do in this community. So I know we ain't opening our mouth saying something about somebody else. I'm like, aren't you the worst underdogs there are? You underneath every community, and you really are. So we need to do some work. I'm not beating you up. I'm just telling you your truth. You know, so do your research. Let's try to come together as a collective so we can rise to the occasion and rise to where God really wants us to be. Okay. All right, that's all I have for you, you guys. Enjoy this video. I love you to death. I really do. I love you so much. And I will see you guys later. If you have not copped a copy of my novel, Long Way to Love, look in the more info box below. You can click onto the Amazon link. Well, I'm going to put my Facebook link, the page for it, and then it should take you to Amazon. But you can find it on Barnes & Noble as well. And I'll put that link in there for you as well. And I love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye. Have a good week.